Okay, everybody, I'm back. Same day, same month, same day. So today is still Friday. It is still the 9th. It is still May, and it is still the year 2025. At least that's what we all call it, right? So this is the second video that I'm doing this morning. Again, happy Friday to everybody. And as per the usual, the healing intentions are always set every time you join a video. So if you so choose and you want that, go ahead and decree it for your highest and greatest good, only and always, and then breathe that in through the nose and out through the mouth, and just allow the integration of that in through the body. For as long as you choose. You don't have to breathe it in through the nose and out through the mouth, but it really helps the body relax and integrate that energy. So anyway, with that being said, we just looked at the Pope, and we looked at President Trump's executive orders, and let's see. So yeah, and again, don't follow links in the comment section of the channels. They are scammers soliciting you for things. Scammers, don't do it. Links are sketchy anyway. Always make sure that you know that you're following a safe link. All right, so with all of that being said, let's do the second video. Somebody wanted me to look into Trump saying that he wanted to remove taxes for people making less than $200K a year. So in my humble opinion, I believe that's consciousness seeding right along with the tariffs, getting people used to the fact that, this country can run perfectly well without taxing the shit out of everybody. And the Federal Reserve, and because many people don't understand what the Federal Reserve actually is, how it came into being, and where that money truly goes. So I think it's more getting people ready for great changes that are coming. But let's take a look at what the universe wants to say around President Trump getting that out there, saying that he would like to eliminate taxes for people that are making under 200K a year. So let's just see what the universe wants to say about that, and we'll get a story there, please and thank you. A true story around the elimination of taxes for people making 200K or less a year. And we'll see what they've got to say here. Get these shuffled up really good. And let's get a 7-card spread on that one, you guys. Get a pathway and a story, right? The systems. Just want to make sure that you guys can see it. Gonna move that up a little bit. I had changed the camera angle just a tiny bit because I had to plug you guys in. The battery was going dead. There, you guys can see that. All right, so let's start with the pathway. The pathway is the system run by those in power. Those in power who you might not recognize as being the ones in power. For instance, a lot of the Canadians who maybe what you consider the normies don't realize that they're owned by the crown, just like a lot of Americans don't realize that the Federal Reserve is actually debt we're paying to the crown, right? So it's these systems that have been in power, holding power over people that are going through great change. And so that's the whole point of President Trump talking about getting people making 200K and under, or less than 200K a year, out of the tax system, right? So it's all about changing the systems that are going through great change. Now, what I'm seeing here right above that is that deals have already been made. Things are already in place for this to happen and come to the communities, all right? So rejoice, because that's a 3. So this is already done because it's right here in the middle, you guys. So the story around this is chaos and great change, right? So this system that is undergoing great change has been literally keeping people in chaos, right? We're fighting constantly. We're constantly fighting the system. See how this is laid out? So, and we are. Like, if you're not incredibly wealthy, you're constantly fighting the system. And it just keeps people down. It keeps their vibrations down because they're in a constant battle over this damn system and the money. All right, so above that, this is a happy ending. The plan is for an incredibly happy ending for all people with this card. So it's ending what? It's ending it's ending the Fed, because this is an ending. So it's not an ending for people that are making 200K a year and less. It's an ending for all people. So the ultimate goal is to end the taxes for all people, because this system is going through great change, and this system does not serve the people, okay? And the people are constantly having to fight the system. There's a lot of stress around that. So with the 5 of Rods, that's a low vibrational card, right? But how many people do you know that get right stressed out around their taxes? And how many people do you know that look at their pay stub every week and they go, look at all the money that came out of me this week. If I had that money in my pocket and, trying to pay their bills and just, thinking they're doing good if they get a week's vacation where they can actually go somewhere other than spend it at home or locally. So it's very low vibrational, keeps people stressed out, and, keeps people constantly in that survival mode with the system. But the deals have already been made to bring this to the communities. The deals have already been made to end this system. The deals have already been made to create great change and raise vibration, okay? So, all right, now let's look across from the 5 of Rods, which is chaos and the people being stressed out and that low vibration to that, going through some great change within these systems. What's coming is going to be much more balanced. It's going to be much more harmonious, and it's going to be much more abundant. This is celebratory, because and we should be celebrating, these words and these things that he's saying that he wants to do, because above us, that money system. And don't forget, this is a church again, okay? And we've already got the one church card down here, the major players in this system. People in power, having all the money and then keeping the people down. So above us, that's what hangs over our head all the time is, and you hear that a lot, one paycheck away from losing it all, or people say they can't save up more than a month's worth. If they lost their job or their livelihood within 4 or 5 weeks, they'd lose it all. So it really keeps the people down. These systems that are in power, that have it all, have all this money and all this wealth with this 5 of Pentacles, keeping people impoverished. So as this system goes through great change, rejoice. The deals are already done. The deals have already been made to greatly change these systems that are in power. The deals have already been made to end this cycle. The deals have already been made to bring this to the community. So right now it's the talking of it, but behind the scenes, it's already done. Is that what you're saying? Did I read this correctly? Please and thank you. With one card, yes or no. Did I read this correctly? Please and thank you. Great change coming to all of these systems. The money system, these tax systems. Great change coming. Page of Pentacles. Something entirely fresh is coming. Fresh. Brand new, you guys. Things aren't going to be done this way anymore. So let's take a look. There's always a little bit more with that. Moving fast with that Eight of Rods. That's a very quick moving energy. That's also 8. That's infinity. That's abundance. So something very fresh within this money system. And that's what we're talking about right now. Moving towards us fast. Already set up. Just got to sneak up from under the surface. Big secrets being kept around that right now. To again bring it to us in a fresh way that with the swords, something fresh, something of a higher vibration. Because with this page, his crown has woken up, you guys. And our swords are our technology. So the crown's woken up. And the swords are our vibration, our technology. So something much more high vibrational coming towards us. And it's coming towards us fast. It just needs to be revealed because this king keeps things secret. So it just needs to be revealed. Coming to us, what is it? It's that money system again. The way we handle our money. So, and this is something that's karmic, and it's going to happen the world over with this Wheel of Fortune. And that's a 10 also. So that ends an old way. It brings something back around to the way it used to be done. So before everybody was indebted to the crown, before these money systems got so corrupted, this is going to bring an old way back around with a fresh new look. Okay? And there's going to be a complete surrendering of the way things have been done. We've got 2 endings there. And it's going to take a tower moment to bring it. But the tower moment says this has to end again. It's got to be a completion because the foundation of what? The technology in the old way that we used to do things, it's just not strong. It's not working. It's not meant to work. So that's what we're getting so far. Let's let them say a little bit more around this. The foundation of the old system was just totally crumbling. So it needs to stop. An old way of doing things, the cycle has to end to bring in something fresh, but also a way that used to be in order. And that makes sense with backing things with gold and getting rid of these taxes, because when we do that, that's how things used to be. And then also bringing in the freshness that would match vibrationally and physically with the way we operate in the world today. So let's see what else they say here around this. Oh, it's 7:17 on my clock, you guys. I'm going to tip you so you can see it. Can you see it? Oh. Can you see the clock on the stove? I don't think you can. You're not going to be able to see it. But anyway, it's 7:17, which, you know, I'm always looking for validation in numbers. So anyways, let's get more of the story there. So we've got the 6 vibration of love with this with this 6 of Pentacles. You know, there's this guy in power, and he's holding the scales that balance things, right? And he's making his choices as he's in power, who to dole out the breadcrumbs to. So this can either be a positive card or it can be a negative card, depending on how it's set up. This could be somebody who's very fair under that vibration of love, and he's trying to do his part because he has more than they do. Or it can be somebody in power that holds those scales, and he picks and chooses how he wants to do it when he could do more. And the vibration of love is trying to rain down on him and change the way he sees things and the way he does things right now. So let's take a look at the cards that follow and see what they want to say. So the vibration of love, we've got it twice, right? New way of being, that 2, much more balanced. And then we have the King of Swords, which is fair and honorable and has integrity. So when we look at these cards being laid out, there is a system within the money, with it, because this is the Pentacles, under the vibration of love, where it would then, they're describing what is only fair, right? So it's only fair to change this. It's only right to change this. And it's something that people that have the power to make the change can do to help balance these scales a little better. And then again, we come down, we've got that 6 of Swords, and that is quite literally moving humanity into smoother sailing, getting them out of the choppy waters, bringing in a new vibration, something with honor and truth and strength, because those swords are upright. We have people behind us that we don't know working this system to get us into a better money system that will help humanity. And it's saying here, there's been that hard work done behind it, right, with that 6 of Swords. But as we move over from that 6 of Swords, it's saying this is already installed. It's already in place. Again, it's one of those things where on the world stage, because with this 2 of Rods, he's holding the world in his hand. Yeah, on the world stage, he's holding the journey and the world, and he's just waiting to move forward, you guys. And then we come down and we have that King of Swords, and that King of Swords can be technology, obviously, because it's the swords, but it's also truth, it's integrity. So right lined up from on the bottom of this money system, there has to be integrity in the way money is handled, transferred, moved around, doled out, given, and, you know, there has to be integrity behind the people that are kind of fixing this system. So have I gotten that correct? Please and thank you. Again, I want to keep this short because I want them to be able to go up on Rumble. So this is the second piece of all of the questions that I had, some of the questions that I had received to answer on YouTube from the other day's reading. So did I get this? Am I reading this correctly? Please and thank you. I read it to you correctly. This is a much more balanced way of doing it. Be happy, you guys. This is a celebration. So yes, I brought it to you correctly. It's a lower arcana. It's only 4, so I'm going to see what else they want to say there. Something brand new and fresh. It's not going to come to you as fast as you would like with this Ace of Cups, because water moves a little slower than, like, say, your swords or your rods, but it is going to come. It is going to come, and when it does, be happy. This is like the whole world. Things need to change the entire world over. So a highly karmic time with the money and the systems and the Fed and the taxes and all of this stuff. They're just going to end completely the cycle of how we used to do things, you guys. So is that all you have to say about that? Please and thank you. that's all they have to say around that. With that major arcana card, that is my yes. That is the High Priestess. She holds balance, right? And behind her, there's abundance. So that would be the secondary message, that this is going to be a much more balanced way of doing things, and a much more abundant way of doing things. But they are saying it's not going to come quite as fast as you would like it to, because we're getting that Ace of Cups, and in the tarot, the water moves a little slower. So things need to be completed completely, you guys, with this 10. And I have a question there. And then I'm going to probably get off so that this is another short video. You're basically telling us things have to end, really, a complete wrap up. But this is all part of the consciousness seeding, getting people ready to be okay with ending the Fed. Is this part of the consciousness seeding, getting people ready for what's coming, and helping to educate those that don't know about the Fed and taxes, and how people have literally been being used and abused through this system that they've been tricked into thinking is their duty to pay to. Is that correct? Am I gauging that correctly? That's half of the story. So part of it is that the people have to be ready for it. It is a way to get people educated on things that they don't know. And so let's see the rest of it. And the rest of it is that they have to totally end the way technology has been working these, the way our systems, our technology has been working things. And let's see, they got to bring down the old system. So there has to be a complete bringing down of the old system so that they can birth something new. So we've got 2 higher arcana cards there. So it's still a work in progress. Like, they have to bring down the old. They have to show the people how unstable that old system is. And then they've got to, like, literally crumble it on the world stage for people to see, so that everybody will be on board with understanding the imbalances in that old system, and they'll be ready to birth the new one. Is that correct? Please and thank you. We have 3 ending cards right here, you guys. We've got the 10 of Swords, which is a complete surrendering. And then we have our higher arcana, the Tower card, right? And that is like, this is crumbled, and people are literally having to jump out because the foundation has crumbled. And so then we have our Death and Rebirth card. So there's 3 ending cards. This system is going, the old system is going to completely go away. So, and people are going to be learning about why this old system was never meant to work. It was always broken. The foundation of this system that we've been using has always been broken. Is that correct? Please and thank you. That's correct with my higher arcana card. That's my divine masculine. That's the divine masculine healer in this deck with our emperor. And the secondary message to that emperor is always balance, harmony, peace, okay? So the emperor brings great healing. So great healing is going to come to this entire system. It's not just the tax system. It's the whole system. So it said it's not going to come to you as fast as you would like. And can we just get a few cards on that? So if things are sort of already in place to move forward with that, can you give us just a tiny story with like 4 cards as to why that's not going to come as fast as we would like? I know most of us would have liked that yesterday, right? So let's just take a peek at what the universe says there, you guys. Because something new is being brought in. So it's something fresh that has to happen. So it takes some time to get the new up and going, to move people into a new direction, and to make them want it, desperately want it with that Knight of Swords, so that there can be a complete surrendering to the old. So it's really, I think this has something to do with people really having to understand the truth about all of the corruption within that system. And so they're going to keep talking about it and pushing it, and they're going to keep talking about the tariffs, and you're going to start seeing how beneficial those tariffs are. And then the people that are bitching about the tariffs will start coming on board with the tariffs, and then they'll start to understand that maybe a country can be run without the people being taxed to death, because they don't understand what the Federal Reserve actually is. So it's like an educational process for people to be ready to usher in the new and end an old way of being. And there's a lot of technology in and around this. So I think it's also getting people to wrap their heads around the fact that technology, because there's a lot of fear out there around better technology. And, you know, I mean, technology is only as good or as bad as the people who have put the intention into it and what they're going to use it for, right? Everything in life is about intention. But there is a lot of fear around that technology. So as they introduce new ways of doing things, people also have to be comfortable and be ready to move forward passionately with this technology. And don't forget that this Knight of Swords is also like my white hat wartime card. So we're still in the midst of driving the old out. So the war rages on, basically. So am I getting all of the messages that you're putting in front of us here? Please and thank you. I think it's got to look, I think it's got to, like, people have to really want this as well. Like, I've seen it correctly. I've seen it correctly. Is there anything more you want to say with that? Balance will come in. Things will be completely transmuted moving forward. So they're saying don't worry. Everything really is changing. These taxes and all of that really is changing. Now that we've got the story there, I'm just going to ask them, because they said you're not going to get it as soon as you'd like. And they've explained all of the reasons. Like, people have to be educated about the system. The system has to be done away with. People have to understand it and want it. They have to be comfortable with the technology that we'll be using with it, because it's going to be fresh technology that helps us to move forward in this new way of being with our financial system. So we've got all of that. Now let's see if you, I know time is difficult, but is this something that we can expect to see within the year? Because you said it won't happen as soon as we might like it to, but is this something, if you could just drop down into our time frame as the energy stands today and the success we're having moving forward, our pathway, the way our biggest pathway looks, as the energy stands today and the accomplishments that we're making, drop down into our time, please and thank you. Just try to gauge it and give me an idea. Is this something that we will start to see implemented within the year? These big tax breaks and the way things are being done financially coming to pass, things ending. Please and thank you. Is this something that we may hope to see within the year? Please and thank you. With one card, yes or no, please and thank you, as the energy stands today. Yes, it's something that we can hope to see within a year, you guys. And with that 17, it's telling you again, this is all military controlled. And so they've given you enough information. That's why they said it may not happen as fast as you would like with that Ace of Cups. And that's because the Ace of Cups moves a little slower than some people would like, but this is a lot of work and it's going to be implemented and people are going to want it, be behind it, understand it. And so what I am getting is that within the year, we should be able to see this implemented. These new things coming to us, these better things coming to us. So that's what I'm getting, at least, you guys. It's just what I'm getting. Take from it what you will, toss the rest. Now, with that being said and that reading being done, is there anything else that you would like to leave us with as we end off this reading so that I can keep it short? And hopefully this will go up on YouTube, on Rumble as well. Is there anything that you would like to leave us with one card, please and thank you? The Magician. That's very high vibing, okay? So keep your vibration up. That's a 1. That's awakening, okay? So we're going through a time of awakening. We're starting things fresh. A lot of what we're seeing is an illusion, all right? So we're just seeing things play out on the world stage that have already been taken care of. They're having to play them out in real time, getting the people accustomed to it, getting people educated, getting people to want it, getting everything taken care of. A lot of what you're seeing and viewing is an illusion. Continue to keep your vibes high. Continue to wake up your crown. Continue to use all of your tools. Be the master in your own world, your own universe, your own destiny. Know we've got this. There's all sorts of messages with this Magician. But, you know, stay connected to God. Ground heaven into earth. Use all of your tools to keep lifting your vibrations and awakening and awakening and awakening. Because, you know, no matter how awake we are, we're not completely awake because we don't know it all and we probably never will. So keep seeking to be more and more awake. Keep seeking to be more and more connected to our Creator. Keep seeking to be more and more connected to your highest self and your spiritual team. Keep grounding those high vibrations from the heavens down into the earth. Keep using all of your tools. Know that what we're seeing is much an illusion. Know that the things that we're seeing on the world stage are illusions done with a high vibrational content to awaken the people. And that's what they're going to leave us with, you guys. I hope you found some value in that. Hope you found a little value in that reading. Again, it's just what I'm getting. Take from it what you will. Toss the rest. And yeah, keep your vibes high. Stay in that joy vibration. Take all of the advice from the Magician. Know that we've got this. Be happy. Rejoice. Stay in love. Keep your vibes high. You know, send all of those high vibrational feelings and intentions into the earth and out into the whole world and out into the ethers, and then fill yourself with them again. We are in the midst of great change. It's the Great Awakening. Be excited about it and yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's probably the greatest time on earth. All right, you guys, until next time, I love you all very much. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And I will see you all soonish. All right. Take care.